And I think there's a fine line between having an NPC join the party for a temporary period of time to help them do stuff and do whatever, and they only know what they know in that specific area, and then they're gone from the party. I think that's a wonderful addition to the game. Make sure that you're doing that and having those social interactions on the road with NPCs that kind of come with you for a certain task or whatever. That's great. But yeah, make it temporary. Make it a short period of time.
Yeah.
It's not actually integrated into the party for a permanent player.
Yeah, well, you bring up a good point. I think maybe let's try to draw that line between what's a player and what's an NPC at that point, right? Like what's the
Yeah.
difference as a DM? I mean, where do you draw that line, Riley? How do you decide on what is an NPC
When
versus what's a player?
um I probably go to the temporary aspect again.
Okay.
In the past, I don't think I've ever really had an NPC hang out with the party long enough to really know this, but just from my experience of other DMs that I've been a part of their games, um, to where, or even pre-written modules, a lot of them have, people that kind of hang out with you that are kind of part of your party, but they have a different destination. Like they have other motives. They're not exactly aligned with the parties, but for the time being, they're aligned because it suits them both. And so temporarily for a session or two, you have this interaction with these people that eventually is going to come to an end. You can see where that's going to cross and that's going to end. There's already a line in the sand, and once you reach that finish line, you know that you're going your separate ways. And so I think having that direct distinction, whereas if you're a player character, essentially, we don't really know when you're going to let that character go, kind of a thing. So
Right.
I think knowing where that hard line is probably kind of the difference between being a player and having it as an NPC in the game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that I agree with you there. I think as well. I don't know. I think as soon as your player or your NPC no longer is a supporting NPC, like you said, he's there temporarily. He's there a couple sessions
Hmm.
to help the players accomplish a goal. After that point, I I feel like he kind of overstays his welcome in a sense,
Hmm.
right? Like if he's not really helping the party accomplish yet another goal, or if he doesn't play a key piece in that, I don't think that he should be in the party anymore, really.